Here we have a new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. This one comes in the Custom Trail Boss trim level in black on jet black cloth interior. And as you can see, we have that dual exhaust back there. We do get a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 with dynamic fuel management. Made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And I'm just going to show the comparison between this and then the LT Trail Boss. So coming around to the front, we don't get as nice of looking front fascia, but still very aggressive look. We get the red tow hooks. We get halogen headlamps instead of LEDs. Then we do get the plastic black grille here, but still looks really, really mean without having to spend the extra money. And then this is a $500 option that I think is worth every penny. These 20-inch black gloss aluminum wheels. And then the V8 does cost you about $1,800. Recommend getting that as well with this Trail Boss. But over here we have the controls for our power door locks, power windows. The driver's side is one touch up and down, automatic. And then window lock there, power mirror controls here. Little space there, big storage pocket in the door panel, two big cup holders. And then over here, this one does actually have the four-wheel drive down. Some of the trucks just have your four-wheel drive up, so this one has a full four-wheel drive system with the automatic mode. We can turn this to turn the tow haul mode on and off. And then we have our headlamp controls here, cargo bed light there, electronic parking brake, just press that to engage and then hit the brake, press it down again to disengage. And then we have our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. So before we check out the rear leg room, let's go ahead and take a look at this window sticker. So get a lot of standard safety features. And I want to go back over here so you can see that. That's all that comes, all the cool mechanical stuff that comes on here. You get the 2-speed transfer case, the Z71 off-road package as part of the Trail Boss. And here are the options here. Like I said, it's going to be that $1,800 V8. And then you do get the off-road assist steps, which are additional $1,100. Bed liners $550. And like I said, a good deal is those $500 gloss black wheels. And this one stickers right at $56,405. So stepping back here, I have the seat leaned back a little too much, but that's all right because I still am not touching the back of the seat in front of me with my legs being 6'3", and having that seat in front of me adjust for someone really larger than myself. And then we do have rear AC vents here. And you do kind of get a work truck cloth interior here because you don't have the fold down seat here, which I wish they would have put in here, but to keep it under 60 grand like that, it's impressive to have an off-road package and be at that price. But let's go ahead and check out the back. Almost forgot fuel filler here. And that'll just take 87 on this V8, the 5.3 liter at least. Like I said earlier, we get those dual pipes there. We do get the easy up and down tailgate. And then we have a 120 volt in the back. And there's a spray and bed liner. And there's our manual front passenger seat there. Top glove compartment and then a bottom lockable one with owner's manuals. But as I look at this, really all this would need for me would be LED headlamps. And then maybe black out the taillights. And I feel like it would look almost as good as the LT Trail Boss in terms of the exterior styling. But there's that 5.3 liter V8 mostly covered up there. And now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. I do like having those steps though. And here we have the vinyl wrap steering wheel. Turn this air down. Now over here to the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, and we get wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto as well, a Wi-Fi hotspot, trailer lights. You can run that test there. There's our camera, backup, guidelines that follow as you turn the steering wheel. And then we can put the trailer guideline on there. You can go through all your settings here. So if you're looking for anything and you bought this vehicle, this is just for you, so you know where everything is. Pretty easy to use the radio in general. And then we have AC controls down here, home button, this is volume, power, you can mute that, you can press and hold it to shut it off. Then we have another 120 up here, which I like. 12 volt USB-C, USB-A, lane keep assist with lane departure, the auto stop. You can fold that tailgate down from back here or from up here. Hazards, traction control, hill descent, push button start. And here's our key fob with remote start. Excuse me. And then cup holders here. Really like how they make this center console space so usable. And then when you have that sixth person, you just fold it up, boom, there you go. And then to fold it back down, you just pull this strap here. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Premium dome lights here. It's pretty much becoming a standard. You gotta have that, otherwise you look cheap. OnStar. Visor there. No lights, but that's fine. And of course you can do that, slide it back for the sun. And then we have our cruise controls here. Toggle that on, cancel, set, resume, increase speed, decrease speed. And then forward collision alert, gap adjust there. And that little part in the middle is where all of our info is, and we can change what we see there just by turning it. Fuel range, tire pressure sensors, air filter life, brake pad life, following distance, engine hours, which I like. You can see how long it's been running. But now it's time to go ahead and take this 2023 Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss out on the road for a quick test drive. So even though you have the 2-inch lift, the off-road tires, and all that comes with that, this 5.3 liter still gets this truck up pretty nicely. And that dual exhaust sounds really good. Very, very aggressive. And surprisingly, the ride quality so far has not been rough, even with the lift and the off-road tires. Oh my gosh. So really, really impressed by that. Let's put it in a low gear. And shifts are relatively responsive. When I get from behind the truck that's throwing up sparks. But anyways, wind noise is pretty unintrusive, which is great. And usually with lifted trucks, obviously it's harder to hold on, it's harder to steer, all of that. But you don't have that with this truck. Of course, it comes from the factory like this, so they don't want it all over the road. But just a really, really solid ride. And it's not 100% similar, but more similar than not to how the other Silverados ride and drive in general. And for this money, I do like that you get the 120 volt up front, the 120 in the back. You get the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, even though it's not wireless. They make aftermarket products for that anyway. But I like this, we still get AM, FM, and XM, Bluetooth, and then just having the standard forward collision indicator, having the alert, having the lane keep. Like having all those features standard. Because a lot of people get used to them on a lot of other trucks. So if you're trying to get somebody to go from a Ram or F-150 and they had lane keep assist, and you want to get them for the same money, you got to include that stuff. And it's crazy how much, like this truck stickers at $56,000, and obviously it's a custom Trail Boss, has the lift kit, all of that. But I got behind the wheel of a 2009 standard cab Silverado, which I'm going to try and do a review on. But it was a red regular cab work truck, and that's stickered for $21,000, maybe like $21,500 or something. It's just crazy how expensive everything has gotten. And of course you get a lot more in today's vehicles with technology, so on and so forth, but the vehicles are probably gonna last about as long as the other ones are, the older ones, just because if the radio goes out on this, it's gonna be a lot more money than if you just replace your older truck radio with an aftermarket kit for $200, or find one on eBay, or even get it replaced at the dealership. It's not gonna be as expensive as getting one of these newer radios in. But all in all, really like everything about the truck. I prefer vinyl seats over cloth. That's just me, because it feels more like leather and it's easier to clean. So I wish that was an option. But I mean, the cloth seats are very supportive, relatively comfortable. And if you can hear as I'm decelerating here, you can hear the tires just a little bit, but you got to be listening for them, honestly. It doesn't really bother me at all. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Really, this is a good, you don't get leather, but you get a lot of features that you would find on the LT in terms of the technology. I like having, like I said, those two 120 volts, push button start. Automatic climate control is not really a huge thing for me because I can never get it right anyway. So having the manual controls is fine. And then just having the XM and the option to do CarPlay and Android Auto. Really, for me and buyers like myself, it's all about tow figures and haul figures and then all that little stuff. So this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss.